Hello, and welcome to the Jen and Dave podcast. I'm Jen.
And I'm Dave.
And today we'll be talking about our new podcast.
The RottenTomatoes.com versus 1999 Showdown.
And ice and drinks.
The Hewlett Packard Protocol.
Okie dokie. So, the first one is our new podcast. So, what do you want to say about our new podcast, Dave?
I would like to say that I have not provided any input as to the format of this, but what I would like, and I think Jen is hearing this for the first time too, no, that's not true, is that I don't want to make rules for it, but I just want to I want to talk about fun stuff.
Well, no, I know, and that's why it's very much not it's just we have like 4 different topics, and so that we start going on tangents, and and if we run out of things to say about something, then we have a new topic that we can start up on again.
Yes, and I don't want to be talking about that.
So it's a very, very loose structure.
We will see where it goes.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. So, do you want to just jump right into the 1999 Showdown?
Yes, I do.
So, but talk a little bit about how we both had the same thought upon seeing this, that, oh my God, so we're not the only ones who think that 1999 was just this banner year for movies.
And how long have we said that? 20 years?
Yeah, like shortly after 1999. Just man.
And a lot was going on with us in 1999.
Well, yeah, so it was, I think it was before the kids were born. So,
I'm pretty sure 1999 was before the kids were born.
Well, no, I'm saying that when we started realizing that 1999 was a good year for movies.
I should get out of the way that I am
high. David.
And I'm not embarrassed by this. I'm a grown adult. I am enjoying it on my weekend, and you would not believe the influence switching from alcohol to that has had on my life. So that's a topic for another day.
I know, and it's funny that you're wearing your alcohol shirt for that.
It's orange. I know,
and that was why I bought it for you, and at the time.
Yeah, yes, I'm not wearing it ironically.
It was just in the closet.
Yes, it was in the closet, and it's something that fits me mostly. So this list.
Okay, yeah. The 1999.
Yes.
Beat down, whatever it is.
Yes, we are both very big fans of the year 1999 in film, and it definitely, we didn't realize it at the time because our lives were so.
But yeah, looking back just a few years later, it's like, wow, yeah, so. Anyway, let's move on. So, are we gonna go through this challenge by challenge?
The first thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to ask you a question.
Sure.
So you see the Elite Eight? Do you see the ones that are still alive?
Yes.
Do you have any that you consider to be a surprise?
They're down to 4, aren't they?
No. What 4 do you show?
Fight Club, The Green Mile. Oh, wait, there's more. Never mind. Sorry. It's a bigger thing. Sorry. I scrolled. Okay, so yeah. So Fight Club, The Green Mile, The Matrix, The Sixth Sense, That Galaxy Quest, American Beauty, Toy Story 2, and The Mummy. No, those are all good for me. But I haven't looked at the other ones. I've been trying to not look at, because if we're going to I mean, some of these I think we'll have more to talk about than others.
Yeah,
But
but I'd like to start with why I feel like mine are surprise. Why I think mine are surprises.
oh, okay,
And my first surprise is the Mummy.
yeah,
And it's not that the Mummy was not a good film. I enjoyed it, but I just don't think it belongs in the same class as these other films. This was more of a
it,
pop culture fun thing.
but it has had a cult following that has grown. I mean, like it's. I've seen it a lot on the internet. Just a lot of really just love for the Mummy,
Yeah, I
and
love
and Brendan Fraser
Yeah,
particularly.
the other one is Galaxy Quest.
Oh
And
well, I
I
know.
freaking love Galaxy Quest. I
Yeah,
it's just I could have seen it losing in the first round to Man on the Moon, but it didn't. And I'm happy it's there. I'm just surprised. Even being John Malkovich, I thought would have fit the strong.
no, no.
Yeah, you think it belongs?
No, absolutely no. I think Galaxy Quest is beloved.
I mean, by anybody who's seen it,
Yeah,
you just got to see it. It should be one of those things that we do like a Clockwork Orange, and project it on the screen and hold their heads down with the eye. You know the thing, right?
wait a minute. What did you say again?
I said we need to force people to watch Galaxy Quest.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah,
Can we go from left to right,
sure,
top to bottom? So
sure,
start, and let's talk about the first rounds.
yeah. So yeah, you go ahead and lead this though. This is
All right. Well, Double Jeopardy versus Fight Club.
what even is Double Jeopardy?
It's the movie where
Oh,
Ashley Judd
well, that was
doesn't kill her
that was
husband.
good, but
Yeah, no, I didn't question its place if we're going up to 64
no,
films. And that's what I want to do at the end. I want to go to IMDb and look to see, because it feels like there's something missing. It feels like it. But you know who's going to win this.
yeah,
As soon as somebody sees
yeah.
Fight Club, it's going to be on top.
Oh yeah, God,
everywhere. So
yeah,
poor Ashley Judd and Tommy Lee Jones. But,
I know. No, that was a very good movie.
Yeah. Now the
But
next one.
yeah, I don't. I've never seen either one of them.
The only reason that I know about the first one is we have a former friend who was very much into, what's his name, Matthew Lillard.
Oh yeah, Matthew Lillard.
And I actually seen both of these, and SLC Punk, it gave me the feels in a way that I couldn't tell you very much about the movie, except for a couple times when he talked to his dad. I remember those. They were in flashbacks. But,
yeah.
And Boys Don't Cry is kind of in that same vein. I saw it, and I just kind of don't want to think about it because it really upset me.
I know. Yeah.
So, but yeah. No. So now we've talked about the first two rounds here, because Fight Club was destined.
Yeah.
No matter what it came up against, I think it was going to, and we'll see. It will be very interesting to see, because these two, Fight Club versus Green Mile.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I know. And but I don't know. Which one do you think's gonna win?
I think Fight Club.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, me too.
I think it might take the whole thing.
Yeah.
But so Boondock Saints and Payback.
Oh well. So yes, Boondock Saints, even just for that one scene.
Yeah. And it was very reminiscent of Pulp Fiction, which had just happened a few years ago.
I know.
It was different enough that it was a beautiful thing.
I know. And it was just, and it's so awful. And, somehow it feels even more awful than the scene in Pulp Fiction,
Yeah.
even though that is more because they're human, but then with the cat, but it was still just, I know, I feel awful for laughing, but it was so fucking funny.
It's like, yeah, and it is.
It was just so unexpected.
We will both go on the record as saying it is terrible to think that an animal life is worth more than a human life. We go on the record as saying that. However,
especially in movies, I mean,
well, and how comical they made it, and
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's as long as the dog makes it.
Right. I don't know, but I think that scene has kind of led to an increase in the acceptability of cruelty to animals. Not actually doing it
I
to the
know.
animals.
Well, and they've had a discussion. My guys, the Watcher guys, that they had a discussion about this recently about animals that, like in Ron Burgundy when he punts the dog off the bridge. It's things like that. It's like, of course, it would not actually be funny for something like that to happen, but it's done in such a dramatically,
I think it's a dramatically fake way.
Yeah, that it's funny.
Yeah, and
because it's like it's so awful. It's
stiff-legged. And it's so obviously fake that I
know.
laugh at it.
And actually,
the cat one in Boondock Saints.
Yeah,
it reminds me of the same thing.
Well, it's just like because it just exploded.
It reminded me of that baby in the commercial where he started dancing, but the first thing they do is pop the pacifier out of his mouth. That's what the cat did. He was yeeted. That was the original yeet.
What was? What?
The cat.
What about the cat?
That died in Boondock Saints.
Oh, yeah.
He was kind of, he didn't disintegrate. He took off.
Yeah.
And I would like to submit that as the original yeet. No, because that would have been Monty Python throwing the fucking fake cow off the roof. Okay, so where were we? So, and everybody agrees, I hope, that Payback is dog shit.
Yeah, I didn't even really. I mean, I maybe watched it on cable, partly, but yeah, no.
I think I might have taken you to it.
Did I? I don't know that I've even. I feel like this is something that was on cable, and I saw some of it, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. No, this is one that I didn't necessarily need to forget it, but I needed to make sure I didn't see it again.
Yeah. Anyway, so we can move on for
And then,
so
the next one.
I don't know what the liney is.
Actually, let me use this machine I have in front of me to see if I can learn anything about it. Because I don't think I know it either, but maybe if I see what it's about. The Limey. The Limey is an American crime film directed by Steven Soderbergh and written by Len Dobbs. The film features Terrence Stamp, Leslie Ann Warren, Luis Guzman, Barry Newman, Nicky Katt, and Peter Fonda. Plot concerns English career criminal Stamp, who travels to the United States to investigate the recent suspicious death of his daughter. It was filmed on location in LA and Big Sur. Critical reception was positive. No, I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've seen this movie. So maybe we'll put it on a list of movies Jen and Dave should watch. Okay, but it's against Run Lola Run. And you know who loves that movie?
You.
And I'm surprised it did not beat Boondock Saints. But, yeah. So, did you think for a moment that Office Space...
Oh, to analyze this, yeah, just cultural impact alone, God.
Yeah, and I'm really disappointed that it didn't beat American Pie.
I know. I disagree with that.
Yeah, and putting up Office Space against the Green Mile, that gives it a lower chance of having advance, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, analyze this. Yeah, I'm sure there's a couple movies I can identify like this and Payback.
Yeah.
That I don't think belong, and I'll say we'll be the first ones thrown out if we find any ones that we think should have been here.
Yeah.
And so then it was American Pie and
Bowfinger. I know, and I think Bowfinger is a better movie.
Yeah, I mean, even though American Pie has boobies, really nice ones. Oh, that series was responsible for more nipple than a titty bar on a Tuesday.
But that's another one, actually, during a recent show, during Mystery Files, Ryan and Shane, they even said that, like, stop this and go watch Bowfinger and then come back here. If you haven't already seen Bowfinger, go watch this.
Yeah, you don't know. It's not one of those movies that you can recommend to everybody.
No, but you know when someone would like it.
If I'm recommending the Bowfinger to someone, it's not someone that I think fails to wash their hands after going to the bathroom. I think that my average Bowfinger aficionado is concerned with general hygiene.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, sure.
And, American Pie was great and fine. And
I don't know, for the time period, and it had stupid jokes and...
Yeah. Oh, and this one time at band camp? I mean, no, it's culture.
Well, I know. You know what? And culturally, sure. I still don't think it should be Office Space, but... but there is certain cultural, impact it had.
Yes.
Even the MILF,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, so what came first, the term MILF or the movie?
I've heard that it was not created by the movie, that it was a thing before. That there are people who have told me that no, we were using it before that, And
and
I have not researched this to see
what came first, MILF or the movie American Pie? A 1995 Usenet post used the acronym, predating the movie by 4 years. MILF, however, gained significantly in popularity after American Pie. All right, so what's next? Pokemon versus the Iron Giant? I mean, see, I've never seen a Pokemon movie. I don't...
Yeah, me neither. So, no, Iron Giant,
I'm just going to say one thing.
I know. Super bad. I know. Yeah, so I am very glad that yeah.
In a better bracket, it could have gone further, but no.
Against the Green Mile, I know. And,
God. Straight Story.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Straight Story?
No.
See, you should have done some research, Dave. The Straight Story is a 1999 biographical road drama film directed by David Lynch. Okay, that's one reason why I haven't heard of it. It was edited and produced by Mary Sweeney, Lynch's longtime partner and collaborator, who also co-wrote the script with John Roach. John E. Roach. Sounds like a fake name of an insect character. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. On the IMDb description, it's an old man makes a long journey by lawnmower to mend his relationship with an ill brother.
I'm pretty positive I have not seen that.
Yeah, I don't think so. But you know what? It might be one of those things that
I don't dislike David Lynch movies. I just don't seek them out because they tend to damage my brain. So yeah, the Green Mile's going to beat pretty much anything.
Yeah.
And, until we get into the final four. Look who's it up against! Oh, no, it's not. Never mind, they're up against Fight Club. Oh, yeah, they're toast. Sorry, John Coffey. I won't put you with that, John.
Yeah, but then the 13th Warrior and the Matrix. Yeah.
You know that there was a movie that you could argue for putting on this list called The Fifth Floor.
Yeah, that is very much...
That was a very good movie.
Yeah.
It was very clever, and, Gretchen Mol was Gretchen Mol.
Yeah.
And, but I think The 13th Warrior is just, some racist thing. Because I think it's like...
What had, like, Antonio Banderas?
Holy Wars or something.
Something, yeah.
So, not racist like today.
Yeah, so why would they do that instead of the 13th floor?
Oh, right, not the 5th floor.
Because that was also a 1999 movie.
Yes, it was.
So, yeah,
But it just got lost because of the Matrix. And similar concept.
So I guess I don't know what I don't know anything about the 13th Warrior.
Yeah, but it's not. Nothing's going to. Yeah, this is. We're down to the creme de la creme when we hit the Matrix.
Yeah.
And then the very next matchup is Stir of Echoes versus
Existence. Yeah.
Existence.
I think it's like Existence.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't know what that is, but I know Stir of Echoes, and I remember liking it. I thought it was a good movie.
Was Stir of Echoes the one that I kept on renting over?
No, that was it had the guy from Quantum Leap.
Lord of Illusion.
Yeah, Lord of Illusion. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was like and I think that was when we were still renting.
So that would have been before 1999.
Yeah, no, this was early, and like I think might have been renting a cassette, and I'm like, why did you bring this one home again? We've already seen it. It's like, no, we haven't. They were watching it.
I would remember if I had seen a movie about this.
It's like you said that last time too.
So I did it like twice.
No, yeah, I mean, it was like, yeah, because it was when you did it again. I was like, Jesus Christ.
This is 100% true. I cannot deny any of these words. Cool. So, what do you think? Did you see Varsity Blues? I'm going down. I'm continuing down the list.
I don't think I did. No.
Yeah, it was stupid, and Ali Larder didn't get naked, but this is the one. The thing that I remember from it is the whipped cream.
Yeah. Oh, is that? Because and I get it mixed up with the movie that makes fun of that, and
it's not another teen movie where there's a banana.
And it's Chris Evans who does the. I think it's Chris Evans that does the parody.
Yeah,
one.
Yes, that is him.
Yeah. So, anyway, so that's what I always remember when I think of that scene.
But it's going against Big Daddy, and I think that's the worst film, Adam Sandler film of that era.
Well, it had. Well, I know, and so I won't fight it one way or the other, but Big Daddy did. I think the big thing that did is that it launched the Sprouse twins' career. Uh, they were and actually they were also on Friends. Ross's his first kid that he had. That was the Sprouse twins as well.
Oh, they were babies? The Sprouse
Yeah.
twins were babies?
Yeah, on Friends. And then they were on Big Daddy. And then they went on to have these like Olsen twins level careers in making all these different shows.
That's pretty high level.
Yeah, I mean, it was, you know.
If you had told me that, I don't know if you were there for that question, but who was the first female billionaire? I would have thrown out an Olsen sister.
You know, and you know, maybe they're not quite as successful, but they had a very, and they're continuing to have careers. At least one of them is.
Doing well for themselves.
Yes.
That's awesome. I hope nobody exploited them when they were children. Wrong vibe. Wrong vibe.
Yeah, they have a joint Wikipedia page. Oh, but I think they have their own as well. But they have a joint one too.
But then we've got to go and ask the question: how did they determine who was going to face each other in round one? Because it almost feels like that they did this one on purpose for some reason. Because they're both spy movies.
Well, I mean, you know, yeah. I mean, I don't know who put the list together, but yeah, I'm sure they put those together on purpose. They had to have.
But not the person.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Austin Powers is gonna.
Oh, is this next one? Oh, I was
Dogma and the Sixth Sense.
Yeah, because again, the Sixth
Dogma.
Sense.
You got.
Films, but Dogma was so great.
Because then, I don't even know what Ghost Dog or Audition are. So you know.
What Gold Dust and Audition are?
The next one's Ghost Dog and Audition.
No, I don't think I knew either one of those.
Yeah, me neither.
That looks like Terrence Howard, who I've never sought out his movies at all. But Audition has a pretty girl on it. Maybe I saw it.
I don't know. But poor Dogma, because Dogma was so great.
Yeah.
But what am I going to just, you know, but up against the Sixth Sense, you can't do that. Yeah.
Okay. Cider House Rules versus 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, I know. like.
You know, it's like putting pizza up against Rack of Lamb.
Yeah.
Because, okay, do you know my beef against Cider House Rules?
What?
That was what Michael Caine was in.
Yeah.
When he went up against Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh.
And took that Oscar away from him.
Yeah.
And it made me watch the movie, and I was done.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that.
I know.
I mean, so yeah, I want that movie to die in a fire.
No.
And not the people who did it. Just the movie, you know, I would like it.
I know.
From the record.
Just, you know, we just go after the judges.
Yeah. And it was disappointing to me because it was by that author that did those things. He did A Prayer for Owen Meany, but he renamed it when he made the movie.
Yeah.
And I can't think of his fucking name. He's the one that made me cry. The end, the one book that made me cry on the bus. Anyway, I can't think of his fucking name. But yeah, 10 Things I Hate About You. You know, it was all right.
Yeah. So, but then moving on to Detroit Rock City and Go, and I like Detroit Rock City better, but you know.
And I think if it really came down to it, I might think the same thing. It was the first time I ever saw Melanie Linsky. I think is how you pronounce her name.
Oh, yeah.
And she was Beth. and it was fucking great. But I don't know. Go has I don't know. It's one of the more bizarre nude scenes, of course.
Yeah. So then The Mummy and Bone Collector. Yeah, The Mummy.
Yeah. I think most people are going to pick that.
Yeah. But then The Mummy against Blair Witch Project, you know.
Yeah. It didn't move me as much.
You know, I mean, and I'm thinking just on a cultural impact level, Blair Witch Project really launched found footage horror movies, which are, you know, there's like a million of them now, you know. I mean, and it's a whole genre of.
There's a million in the Paranormal Activity universe alone.
Well, I know, yeah, but Blair Witch was the first one, and it was one of the most, like, I feel like it was one of the most successful in actually making you question: is this a real thing? Yeah, could this be real? You know, you know. And by the end of it, you're watching it, it's like, okay, it's not,
It's a movie
but
that has credits.
yeah, I you know, but no, but it wasn't. But honestly, yeah, it wasn't until like the credits. I'm like, okay, I'm now 99.9999% sure it's not real.
It's only a movie. It's only a movie. It's only a movie. It's only a movie. Just keep telling yourself.
I know it's so
I like Sleepy Hollow more than most people.
No, and it's a good movie, and it belongs to be in the running. Yeah, but I just think being up against Blair Witch Project, it was not gonna.
Yeah, man, it's not gonna do you any favors. But okay, now here we get into the frustrating part of this for me.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen one of them, but all the others I have negative relationships with.
Oh, okay.
So October Sky, stupid. I think I was not inspired. It's one of those movies that's supposed to inspire you, and let's say I was not inspired.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I could get that hour and 47 minutes. I don't know if that's the exact. Now I gotta find out.
I sort of remember watching this movie, and I didn't have a negative thought of it. I was like, oh yeah, that was nice.
Get the fuck out.
No.
It's an hour and 47 minutes.
Oh my god, did you really?
I had to do the math because it said 107 minutes.
Yeah.
It said 107 minutes. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that? Oh! It's an hour. Now, fucking Bing AI says an hour and 48, but everybody else says 107.
Yeah.
So
147.
Let's go back to our story.
Okay.
Did you see The Virgin Suicide?
No, I don't know what it is.
Let's see if I did. I don't think I have, despite the titillating name. Ooh, it certainly seems like something I'd enjoy.
Kirsten Dunst, Josh Hartnett. A group of male friends become obsessed with 5 mysterious sisters who are sheltered by their strict religious parents in suburban Detroit in the mid-1970s.
Is it rated R?
It is.
I'll watch it. Yeah, I never have seen this.
Yeah.
Adolescent sisters, maybe not.
Director is Sofia Coppola.
Oh. Well, she'd be willing to. Anyway, yeah, it sounds good. Okay. So in that case, I think Virgin Suicide should have won. Arlington Road v. Talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know Arlington Road, and Talented Mr. Ripley was popular.
A bad guy.
Yeah.
And a good guy. And the good guy you think is a good guy ends up being a bad guy. And so the good guy gets really mad and kind of becomes the bad guy. One of those stories. And, it was alright.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the Talented Mr. Ripley. Because it creeped me out. Because the fucker creeped me out too much.
Yeah.
So what I want from the movie, I want to be creeped out by a handsome man.
Yeah, Arlington Road is a man begins to suspect his neighbors are not what they appear to be, and their secrets could be deadly.
They are now.
Now, Toy Story 2 and Tarzan.
So Tarzan
Yeah.
was selected as the sacrificial
Yeah.
lamb to go up against Toy Story 2.
Yeah,
I
no.
never saw the cartoon Tarzan.
No, me either.
So let's safely say it's not as good as Toy Story 2. And then we can move on. Now this one pissed me off. This is one of the movies that I turned Marianne onto.
Yeah.
That she was thankful for.
Yeah.
And I think in every universe it's better than The Eyes Wide Shut. Because I didn't like that movie. And if they had taken out those CGI people and let me watch them fuck like an American, I would have probably thought differently. But I felt insulted that the American audience was not treated to that. And so they had so many ways that they could have done it. Like they could have had the people riding on hobby horses or something. But no, they just put someone in front of them, and they're not even real people. Okay, I'm done. So yeah, the red violin every day.
Yeah.
And that. Do you remember the red violin?
Not really, no. But I remember it was a good movie.
It tells the story.
But I don't remember it. Now, would you have picked?
What?
Now, would you have picked Red Violin over Toy Story 2?
No. I remember. Do you remember? We were with people when we saw that for the first time, weren't we? Did we say that with Amber? But anyway, well, Eyes Wide Shut. You know, it wasn't. I was insulted.
Yeah.
When I learned about it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can move on then.
Yes.
So for South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut against Election.
I liked Election.
I know.
I still like Election. I watch it from time to time.
But yeah.
I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to talk about it. Let's move on.
Okay. So then.
Do you remember when we saw South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut? And do you remember when they got to the House Mama's Bitch song?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know that,
I don't remember how I got there, but I ended up, and I'm sure it was just for dramatic effect to make you like me, but I think I ended up on my hands and knees in the theater. And that was one of those movies where we were the only people in the theater.
Yeah.
So that kind of is like the shenanigans.
Yeah.
Where it happened, but probably because we were the only ones in the theater.
Yeah.
So. Right.
One of these days you're going to be wrong that there's nobody in the theater.
I don't know. Yeah, I think one day I'm just going to come out with that. Okay. The Insider versus the Thomas. Is it just Thomas Crown? I thought it was the Thomas Crown.
I think it is, but I think they shortened it for the.
Don't remember the Thomas Crown affair? I don't think I would like it as much as The Insider, which was a good movie, and it was about corporate corruption. So we're going to be kind of into that.
Yeah.
Except for they really don't get brought to justice.
Yeah.
At all. So
yeah.
It kind of pisses me off. So I won't go back and revisit that.
Yeah. Well, we can move on then to All About My Mother and Phantom Menace.
No, you gotta put Phantom Menace in there.
I know.
But there's a resurgence.
Well, no, because then there are kids that they were kids when that movie came out. Now they're adults, and they're like, I actually like that movie, because it was.
Yeah, I did too. But I mean, I didn't dislike it.
I know.
Jar Jar Binks could suck a dick for all I'm concerned. The rest of it, I mean, I'm not Just that they made him like an idiot. They
No.
made him sound like an idiot. So
Yeah.
when you get to the next one, he's going, Misa accept your one. Like, no, he's not. You've got him on lewds or something, because that is not at all how he acted in the previous movie. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know what All About My Mother is. And
So yeah, I don't know. A comedy drama about a bereaved mother, an overwrought actress, her jealous lover, and a pregnant nun. And
that's quite best. Did you say it was Penelope Cruz? Because that's who looks like it is.
Penelope Cruz is in it at least.
I wonder if she's done nude scenes.
And then
Or in that, anyway. I know she's done nude scenes.
So yeah, but she's the only one I recognize. But.
Yeah. And then there's American Beauty versus, I think it's But I'm a Cheerleader.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. You know, and, you know, oh, that's like the worst pairing for me, but.
So you say the worst
pairing that, because, you know. Yeah.
And, you know, with our children, it feels more personal.
Yeah.
I guess. But
that's just, yeah. Oh, God, that one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
American Beauty, what I can't watch the end anymore.
I know.
If I happen upon it and it's on, I will turn it off before they get to the mom hugging the clothes.
Oh, I know.
Because that is when
I know. Oh God, can we move on? Because that's gonna make that was the part that got me too.
Well, yeah, well, it's in the Elite Eight.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So Blue Streak and Cruel Intentions.
Oh, I've seen them both, and there was no competition for me.
Yeah, no, I don't know what Blue Streak. I don't really know Blue Streak, but you know.
I think it's a Martin Ward.
Yeah, looks like maybe, yeah.
You know, and I saw it, but I just wasn't fond of it.
And Luke Wilson. All right. Yeah, why not? I don't know. Okay, so then what do we got? We got Notting Hill and Never Been Kissed.
You know, was Notting Hill the one that said, I'm just a guy sitting in front of a girl?
No, that's not Jerry Maguire.
Oh, okay. But isn't there something? That's Grant Hill, right? I mean Grant.
Hugh Grant.
But I like Never Been Kissed, but not enough. It was not enough to beat Notting Hill.
Yeah.
You know, it's just dribble. And you know, I don't feel that way about all rom-coms.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is inappropriate.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I get it.
This was a hard one.
Man on the Moon and Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
But no, I got. I mean, it's.
What, Man in the Moon?
Yeah, it hurts, but yeah, Galaxy Quest.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the movie Man on the Moon hurts, or the choice
Well,
hurts?
just the choice, you know, or to make but because Man on the Moon was great.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm surprised Galaxy Quest beat John Malkovich. I'm delighted, but was surprised. Okay, so
yeah, but no, I think anyway, yeah, go ahead.
The next one again makes me question what was your motivation? These two.
Okay, well, let me say.
They're not interspersible.
So the wood is while dealing with a friend's cold feet on his wedding day, a writer reminisces about his youth with his best friends. Comedy, drama, romance.
Yeah, it's kind of like What was the movie where Richard Dreyfuss' friend ends at the end? Stand By Me. It's kind of like Stand By Me for black people.
And then Life was in 1932. Two strangers were wrongfully convicted and develop a strong friendship in prison that lasts them through the 20th century. And this is Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
It was silly.
Yeah.
It was too silly.
Comedy crime drama.
Not the good kind of silly. But anyway, I think it was better than The Wood, but I don't think I was the target audience for either one of them. So, Malkovich.
Malkovich, an American movie?
Is it okay?
Okay.
Is it a parody of some sort? Like scary movie or date movie or
Documentary about an aspiring filmmaker's attempt to finance his dream project by finally completing the low-budget horror film he abandoned years before. Huh.
Oh my God. He's wearing a tie-dye shirt that I used to have. You probably remember it. It's like yellow in the center. It had blue. I mean, it's like it had all the rainbow colors, but just completely in a random assortment. I gave it to Joe. Joe might still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like his mustache. So I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, but it's not being John Malkovich.
Yes, and I've still I've got to tell somebody about my dream.
Okay.
There's something that people don't generally know about me unless you're in my family. But and I'm going to do my very best to turn it off right now, and I think I'll be successful because I am a grown person. Whenever someone says Oriole first baseman, educational DH, Ryan Mountcastle, when someone says his name, I automatically repeat it. So if the announcer says, stepping up to the plate is Ryan Mountcastle, I will immediately say, Mountcastle. Not loud, not intrusive, but every time. So anyway, that reminds me of a scene in the film Being John Malkovich, because there's a scene, and maybe my favorite in the movie, is where John Malkovich goes into the doorway that gives people access to his head, which I've spoiled the movie for you, so I hope you've seen it. But when he gets there, he encounters a very pleasant world.
Yeah.
However, everyone has the head of John Malkovich, and they're all bald. And then everyone says the only word that anybody can say is Malkovich. So he's looking down at a menu, and he looks up, and the waiter goes, Malkovich. And he sees people interacting. And my favorite one is there's a female on the piano, in a red dress, and it's got bald. What's his name again?
Malkovich.
I want to say Mountcastle, but it's not it.
John Cusack?
No, Malkovich.
I don't know.
So, but anyway.
That's what I said, Malkovich.
Let's go back on the tape. But anyway, what I want someone to do for me is to take the Being John Malkovich scene. You replace it with Ryan Mountcastle. And so instead of the people saying Malkovich, they'll be saying Mountcastle. And it would make me so and it's got to be Ryan Mountcastle's face as well.
Yeah.
It's not, But anyway, that's my dream. But so as you might be able to tell, I support that it be an American movie, and I think you should too.
Yeah, I do indeed.
Newcastle.
So,
did you see either of these two?
Oh, Any Given Sunday and Three Kings.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw some of Three Kings, but you know what? But no, not really. I don't.
Three Kings was way better than Any Given Sunday, and it's another one of those that I questioned. But people liked it. I don't know any of those people, but a lot of people did. And and it had the worst nudity of Elizabeth Berkley's career. But Three Kings was great, and it was a movie that was bad boys and stick it to the man, but in the good way, in the way if you find out someone did this thing,
you'd be like
you hope that they were doing it for the reasons they talked about in the movie, or to ruin the career of the guy that did Any Given Sunday. Oh, that's Oliver Stone. No, I take it all back. I take it all back. People make mistakes. I take it all back. That was one of the things about that movie. Is Oliver Stone? I hope I'm right on this.
So, do you think we're done with the countdown or showdown?
Almost.
Okay.
I would like to look at these Elite 8 matchups.
Yeah.
And tell me who you think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
who you're voting for and who you think will win.
All right. Are we starting at the top?
Top left.
Top left of Fight Club.
This is important.
This is where it gets really tough. So Fight Club and Green Mile.
So who do you think? Who are you picking? And who do you think will win?
Well, I think Fight Club will win.
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious.
And I'm gonna go with Fight Club, honestly. I love the Green Mile, but
yeah. And when I have a hard time between two things, I'm generally which one entertains me more, which is the one that I want to.
Well, yeah, and it's not really even that so much as culturally and what it did for filmmaking and the Green Mile tugged at my heartstrings, but Fight Club, how many movies have been made since then that do the whole thing where it's like, oh, it was really himself doing this, that it was, it almost.
That's a good thing.
I know, but it's significant, and it was, because it really was, and when Ed Norton came to the realization, and they did it so well, where it's like, Cabin has lost pressure, and you felt it, where you're like, ah, shit, man.
Okay. You talked me into it. I will also select Fight Club.
I know, and it's So
and we should just kind of embrace that it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen anyway. So
now,
are we going to go left or right or down?
So let's do Mummy and Toy Story 2.
I think who's gonna win. I'm gonna go with Toy Story 2. It's who's gonna win and who should win. Or who I would pick. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Toy Story 2. But I love the Mummy, and I love Brendan Fraser in the Mummy.
My favorite part.
What?
I can't think of the name of it. Rachel Weisz.
Yeah.
When Rachel Weisz is galloping on the camel.
Yeah.
And in order to encourage him, she's kind of tapping him with a little her little dainty bridle, and she's going. You go, but you can find the scene, I'm sure.
Oh no, I'm sure. No, and I know what I mean. I remember, yeah.
And then, then she passes Brendan Fraser as she's doing that, and then they just have this beautiful shot of her gloating face as she's galloping by. Okay, that's what I wanted to say about the Mummy. But yes, Toy Story 2.
So yeah, okay.
And then we'll scroll down and we'll go left to right again.
All right, and so then Matrix and Sixth Sense.
Fuck that choice.
I know.
Fuck that choice.
Okay, who will win?
But my choice and the one that I think will win are both the same movie. And it might surprise you. I don't know if it will. I don't know what you were thinking.
I'm gonna. Shit. God, this one's really hard.
I know, man. Come on. Fucking come on.
I mean, The Matrix. But The Sixth Sense. I'm gonna just say I think that The Sixth Sense will win. But I want The Matrix to win. So anyway, that's as much as an answer I think I can give on this one.
Okay.
So what about you?
Matrix.
Okay.
And because kind of like you were saying about one of the previous films, in that it changed filmmaking.
Yeah. But so did The Sixth Sense.
No, it didn't. See, I'm sorry, and that's something that I did.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm not trying to intentionally be.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. No, it didn't. No, they just made a few knockoffs.
Well, and maybe I'm just like, but then like they got the thing for like robot chickens. It's like, oh, what a twist! Like the whole. Yes. I know he didn't invent the twist ending, but it's, but like the whole he was dead the whole time thing.
Yeah, right. And that was the others, the one with Nicole Kidman and there's.
But yeah, but I mean, I think that came after.
Yeah,
and I mean,
not that long after though.
No, but so yeah, there was definitely a whole thing at that time.
But yeah, and The Sixth Sense, if it did anything to me, it changed the way that I watch movies.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for a twist.
Yeah.
That movie single-handedly did that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more fun when you don't.
But yeah, the others, well, yeah, no, others was 2001. So yeah, I mean, it was that time period, man.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the Matrix, Jennifer.
Yeah.
What is the Matrix?
No, and believe me, you don't have to sell the Matrix to me and everything. I just wonder. I'm picking that the Sixth Sense will win, and I'm not going to be unhappy if it wins. I mean, but I will be because the Matrix.
I think the winner of this choice might very well win the whole thing.
I know. But the Matrix, well, and that's just one of my stories, is that they just had this ad campaign leading up to it where it's just like, what is the Matrix, and so, like, by the time Morpheus gets it, do you want to know what the Matrix is? I'm like, yes, for the love of God, tell me.
And do you remember how you felt after you saw?
Well, no, I mean, no, and I was definitely enthralled and everything, and
Yeah, I wasn't disappointed with the answer, but I was just like, oh, cool. Let's just get on with the movie now.
Well, yeah, I know, and so I was not like disappointed or anything. It's just, I just wanted the suffering to end because it was like For the love of God, just tell me what it is.
Yeah, it was Gabbo. I wonder if that inspired Gabbo, but actually, I think Gabbo came way before. Never mind.
I don't know.
Or maybe that Gabbo inspired the ad campaign.
So then are we doing American
We've got to
Beauty
get
and
this out of
Galaxy
the way.
Quest?
Yeah, see, the bottom choices were a lot more difficult for me.
Well, I'm gonna go with Galaxy Quest.
I'd love it if it would win, but I think American Beauty's going to win. I would pick.
And I think the only reason it's not is because of Kevin Spacey.
No. Punk. What is? I mean, see, but we don't know. I haven't read.
I know. I have.
Criteria is. I mean, I think they're just doing, vote for the better movie.
I understand, but I think it affects people's, memories. Like, it can get tainted that way. Like, I mean, like in Harry Potter, it's there is a certain it's been tainted, and like.
I'm going through. Do you want me to tell you what the current voting is like for each of the last 8?
Sure.
I chose Green Mile, and Fight Club is killing 2-1.
Yeah.
67%, 33%
Yeah.
Fight Club.
Yeah.
For The Matrix versus The Sixth Sense, I'm picking The Matrix, and 76% of people are choosing The Matrix.
Okay.
Toy Story 2 versus The Mummy. I'm choosing Toy Story 2. This is the one that I think will have the biggest difference. I think. Watch me even be wrong. Oh, it's close. 58-42. Toy Story 2.
Okay.
And then for American Beauty versus Galaxy Quest, I think kind of under protest, I'm going with Galaxy Quest. Protest against myself.
Okay. Yeah.
And probably not going to win. American Beauty has 61%.
Okay.
So I was right about if the results hold up, then
okay. So yeah. So if the results hold up, like
it'll be our choices.
Yeah.
Or the ones that we thought would win.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to come back to it when it gets.
No shit, man. I mean, yes, that would be very fun.
Yes. So we'll have part 2 of this. Okay. All right. So next segment, ice in drinks. So.
Can I ask a question about this one?
Yeah.
I know that there are roads to go down on this, and I think, my mom's fetish could be one of them. But were you thinking how this concept?
Well, I was trying to think of the concept of something random. Like this is the random part, just something really random, and again, I'm taking a lot of inspiration from the Watcher people, but that they do those things, and like they have some things like top 5 beatdown, and so like they discuss like your top 5 fictional game video foods that you want to try, or like something really random, and then it turns into a big discussion. So it's a
yes. But was this just?
So I was trying to think of what is something random that could spark a lot of discussion.
Well, my only discussion about it is who would talk about it.
Well, because I think there are a lot of things, and actually they brought up, like also, what do you think of ice in milk? Do you like it or you don't like it? What?
Are you a child? Why are you putting ice in your milk? I mean, unless it's being served warm to you, I might see that.
I know, and no.
But if your milk doesn't have adequate refrigeration, you might need to think It's about drinking it.
But some people like it, and it just makes the milk so much. It's like it makes it just ice cold. Makes it so you get really, really cold.
Yeah, man. Give me some lactate brain freeze.
But some people like it that way. So I'm just saying, no, generally no ice in the milk, but but I also like don't hate it, and so.
Okay, that was a good one. I've heard people
Yeah.
talk about that before.
But then there's also
various aspects of ice.
Exactly. That's my whole point. So, but there is also the thing that, like some people get really attached to things like crushed ice. Like they just, then it becomes a really big preference and you're just like, I just love that crushed ice.
And that is the source of my story.
I know. Like this is also bringing up childhood traumas.
Well, yeah.
But it's funny too.
Yeah, I think it's funny too. So.
I'm glad I was watching the camera.
I was somewhere between the ages of 14 and 17. And it was likely towards the early part of that because my mom was driving me. When I was 16 and 17, I definitely drove myself. So I was probably 14 or 15. In fact, I'm pretty sure I was 14. And that's a different story. How I got to be working at Hardee's at 14. That's a whole different story. But my mom asked me when we went on our corded phone, and I phoned her to pick me up in an automobile, then hung up the phone, which is connected to the building. So she came, and she asked me for, well, what I can do, can you give me a Diet Coke, or maybe it was a Tab. 84, probably Diet Coke. With a lot of ice. And I said, no problem. And of course, no problem. She was doing me a favor by picking me up. And I'm civil. So took the metal thing and scooped out all the ice and I stuck it in the cup. And then I filled it up, Diet, stuck a lid on it, grabbed a straw, and my mom picks me up, and I go and I sit down next to my mom and drink, and she says, "Thank you, David." And everything's going really great until she takes the lid off and examines the contents. And she did, you know how, particularly in animated horror, they will show the bad guy suddenly emerge from a normal person. It'll be like the I'm normal person, and then you introduce something unpleasant to them, and they blow up and become Satan-like, and they start talking in a darker tone of voice, and and it's immediately frightening. And especially if it doesn't happen that often. And I'd give her that it was not a normal occurrence for her to do this. But instantly she did that transformation and was like, "How come you never told me your Hardee's has crushed ice?" And I'm like, "Do you want to pull over? You're irrationally unhappy about this." And I said, "Because you never asked. You know I love crushed ice more than my own children." Okay, that's a little bit of an exaggeration. But I was supposed to have known for some reason that she was infatuated with crushed ice and needed it at all times in order to sustain her life. Because that was the kind of reaction that she gave. Anyway, To this day, whenever I see crushed ice, that's the first thing that hits my mind. And God love my mother, and she's fun to talk about. She was a great lady. But yeah, that was one of her foibles. And which is funny because I'm kind of prone to do the same thing.
Like, was she actually upset?
Yes.
Or was it
like I had deprived her of opportunities?
or I thought maybe just that she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe." I don't know.
Yeah, but no, it was the. No, she was definitely unhappy about it.
No,
that is definite. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
But so but that's what makes it a story. Is how just completely bizarre it was. I wouldn't remember it if it had been, David. You never told me they had, which is, I think, the appropriate reaction.
Well, yeah, that's what that's what I was thinking. Like, oh, you should have told me they had ice. Crushed ice. How much I love crushed ice.
Yeah, no, that would have been fine with that. And I probably would have been,
You couldn't be magnifying this at all in your memory.
No.
Okay. I'm playing fact checker. That's all. I don't know.
I'm sure that is. I'm sure my name is Rupert T. Justice.
That's not your name at all.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, but most people don't. It's like, do you know what my preference is in both water and soda?
What?
I prefer cold, uniced.
Okay. Yeah.
And when I get something warm, I'm like, and do you know why?
Well, I know, yeah. Why?
Because ice dilutes the flavor.
Oh, okay, yeah. And it actually goes to like a childhood memory of, and and it's awful because growing up, I was so addicted to soda, and I have this memory, this time that we were completely out of soda in the house. Like, we were never out of soda, but we were completely out, and we were waiting for my dad to get back home, and we're just like, I'm like, I got the cup of ice ready, I need the soda. Like, I'm so thirsty.
Oh my God, that sounds like me.
But I know, but it was a real thing. Oh my God, I'm just so thirsty, and I'm like, it's not like I'm just dying of thirst because I, like, I'm not drinking the water out of the tap.
Water Mexican. I'm sorry. I have burnt like that sometimes. And I'm needing to point out the humor in the racism. I really am.
I know. No, and I think it might even be specifically from. But I can't remember exactly where it's from.
No, it's definitely a pop culture reference.
No.
Maybe I'm thinking, that's not America. That's not even Mexico.
Oh,
God. It's terrible, but it's funny.
Yes, I know. It reminds me of my childhood, and it reminds me of my mom, and how much my mom loved Pepsi.
It's much more pleasant than my ice-related mom.
I know, it's just, but, to be fair, my mom said that when she was pregnant with me that she basically just subsisted on crabs and Pepsi.
That's why you're so awesome. And it's Old Bay. Old Bay makes everything better.
And I'm just like, this is why I'm shorter than all my siblings.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it until just now.
I've thought about it because I was taller. We would have these little, lineups, and from oldest to youngest, and I'm the tallest, and then down Danny, and Jeffrey, and and then they just kept going up and up and up and up.
And then you're like,
I know, and I'm like, it's not cool, man. So I don't know, but it's fun. And I'm sure that she had other things besides just that, but apparently that was her cravings, was crabs and Pepsi.
Yes.
Yeah. And
yeah, I'm still not a crab scout.
I would love to go to a crab feast though, and but like with friends, like with people we know.
Yeah,
and
because you like talking to people.
Well, yeah, and you're like good at talking to people too.
I kind of don't. I mean, if everyone around me is someone I know,
yeah,
I'm usually okay.
Yeah.
It's the prospect of meeting new people.
Mm.
And what if they ask me about my employment history?
I mean, they need to know everything. Just you work at Johns Hopkins. It's great. Awesome.
What did you do on Y2K day?
Like, you don't need to tell the bedfucker story to everybody you meet at a party.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, so okay, but you still wanted to do your story about the Hewlett Packard protocol.
Well, you need to correct me, because often when I tell this story, I get details wrong.
Okay, yeah.
So this is about the birth of Jen and Dave Holmberg, the machine that made it all possible. It's Hewlett Packard. I remember some specs. There was a 75 megahertz processor, which was not really, which was below average even for 1995. But there was one thing it was, and that was affordable, because we were using my lovely girlfriend's Jen. Or did we go there with that intent?
Oh yeah.
So you had the account, and
I had the Sears card, and you know what? I did not have anything to do with picking out this thing at all. Like I went off and wandered the store for a little bit while you were talking to the computer guy.
I think it was the best thing I could get that was complete and within our budget.
Well, but it still ended up being over budget, though.
See, I thought that there was a credit process.
Well, that's the thing, is that it was more than what I'd been approved for on the card. But then the salesman said, "Oh, but we also have this Sears Plus account you can apply for." And so then I applied for that, got approved. That covered the whole purchase of the computer. So I still had the Sears card with all that money to spend, on it. But yeah, so now I had two Sears accounts, one with the computer on it.
Oh, that's why we got sued twice. I don't understand it. So financially, it was not a responsible thing for me to encourage my girlfriend to do. And I admit that, and I'm sorry again.
But yeah, no, that's long.
Although it did pay for itself, we just didn't, Right, and so we left with the intention of buying a computer. Now this night, we didn't have a car.
So yeah, no, we took the bus up, and it was like two buses. Yeah.
But we went there, and I thought this through exactly zero. But so what we ended up getting was enormous. But they were big boxes, and I think I carried the monitor, because I think while it was smaller-ish, it was very heavy. It was an old CRT, cathode ray tube.
Yeah.
Science.
The computer itself was still pretty heavy too.
I'm not.
But it was like, yeah, this is really heavy, but that's really, really heavy.
Yeah. And so I made my wonderful, super, love you so much, girlfriend, go up there in this weather.
I didn't remember the weather part of it.
Yeah, it was rainy and it was cold. But not cold enough to be snowing. So it was probably like in the 40s, I would guess. And yeah, I remember that worst of all. And,
it's cold, like, April.
Yeah, can you imagine if we had missed the bus coming back?
I think we got like the last one out of there because you spent so much time talking to this guy. Because I mean, like, so I think I took like several rounds. I think I bought some dresses and a hammer. Yeah.
What were your intentions?
Well, I liked the dresses, and the hammer was because I wanted to like hang up pictures and stuff. Because we had just moved in. We had just moved into the new place, and everything. And so I'm like, I'm gonna get a hammer, and you're gonna get a computer.
Even exchange.
And I got some dresses.
But yeah, it was. I'd say back then we didn't know about what we were gonna do with this computer. So I think it's safe to say this was entirely for me. This was a very selfish wish.
Yeah.
And although, and I was still at a time where I was manipulative because I had my first awakening in that building where I decided to stop lying.
Yeah.
But back then, I would have been thinking, well, thank God, not in my name. I would have been thinking something like that. And looking back on that, it identifies something that makes me feel that I'm better now. And otherwise, I wouldn't be able to deal with that memory.
I know.
But and I'm going to go back to American Pie. Some people have speculated that Lester Burnham's name is an intentional anagram, but he learns. And I think it's an interesting theory. I don't know if I've ever seen if it's been substantiated or debunked.
Yeah.
But I think about that. I want to be the guy who learns.
Yeah.
And so that unintentionally brought us back to the 1999.
No, absolutely no. I mean,
yes, I want to win a Best Writing award for that.
Yeah.
Best Writing in no. I take it back. I don't want an award.
Thank you for listening or watching if you're going to watch the video version. And thank you for... What were you going to say?
And forever, when I hear the wind whisper in the night, it will say, Edna.
So like and subscribe or whatever, because I don't even know what I'm doing exactly yet, but whatever.
Well, it's okay because neither of us do.
Yeah. So, but okay, we can just say bye.